And finally, we've reached the end of the program. Final story. Number one, I didn't want to go ahead and cover this story because there's more guys qualified to cover this than myself in the LDBC, which I love. Guys like Drew Titan, 7-8 Sports, BFTB, Blue Blood. Go ahead and follow those channels for your boxing news to the minute. Also, guys not in the LDBC like Champside. I love Champside. Barbershop Conversations with good brother Fred. I'm always in his comments. I love Fred. At times, Fred says some things that make me go, what? But like I say, it is what it is. But again, I did not want to talk about this, but they put it out here on the desk. And as many times as I keep getting rid of it, it just keeps showing back up. Ryan Garcia had fought Devin Haney, okay? And he had won and beat Devin Haney that night, but then something happened. He tested positive for banned substances. And then when it came back that he did this, then he started saying one thing and then another. And then you have people on these internet streets that they were trying to give Ryan Garcia cover. Again, I don't talk boxing. I just don't want to do it. Oh, don't let me leave out CC the Queen and Black and Trio Boxing Talk. Boy, that was some good content. I used to laugh every day at that stuff. Shout out to them, the whole LDBC, Stormy D-Man, BSing on the Beltway, Cadillac Red. Yeah, like I said, shout out to them. In the donors, Rachel Donor and Nonito. Shout out to them. Like I said, it'll educate you on everything you need to know. This one's going to come out of CBS Boxing, and this is going to be for Brent Brookhouse and Shaquille Majori. I don't know, but they said that Ryan's B sample came back positive for banned substances as legal team denies the intentional use. There is no intentional use. He cheated. Okay, let's get that out the way first. He cheated. That's how that works. Now, for people who haven't spent time in a boxing gym or people who haven't trained fighters, you don't know how hard it is to get the original fight on paper to actually take place in the ring. Guys get injured in camp. People want more money halfway through. Then you have the promo. If the other guy isn't promoting his side of the fight or anything, it's a lot of moving pieces. Now, this is on the local level. And then you get replaced with a guy who doesn't have a bigger boxing profile. They even have guys who just are UFC fighters or MMA fighters just step in when fights fall through. It's very hard to get a fight on paper to take place in the ring. However, you don't need to equally make it as hard. But with Ryan Garcia talking about people kidnapping him and taking him into the woods to watch bad things happen to little people, now he's identifying as a woman. It's crazy. And then he's taking hair follicle tests for drugs that were banned, that not only was in his original sample, but they was also in his B sample. Try to say that this stuff is contaminated when the Vada and USADA is the same lab. I did not know that until I heard Rachel Donaire on Drew Titan's show. And it's kind of like, just admit it. Just admit it. Blue Blood is saying that he's banned, and that Ryan Garcia is going to be banned. And you got the New York State Athletic Commission. People was trying to go ahead and link them into this because I think the woman at the top of the commission, she went ahead and stepped down for personal reasons. And they try to say it was because of the whole Ryan Garcia thing. It's just a big mess. It's a big mess, and it's messy. That's why I don't want to get into it. That's why I hate to talk about a couple of people. I hate to talk to anybody about Donald Trump or Joe Biden. I don't even respect those conversations. I just roll my eyes and just take a deep breath and keep rolling because it's a zero sum game. You're always going to end up where you started off. Both sides will be highly agitated and you're not going to get anything resolved. Coach Prime, he falls into the same thing. Coach Prime, trust me, all of these fake pro-black, this and that, yada yada. Keep it moving. I don't want to have those conversations because if you have a football conversation about his team and how bad they are, how bad the offensive line is, you're having a football take. They want to take this as that you're some sort of sellout because you don't support Dion. Bro, I don't have time for that. These are the same people calling you a sellout who are not even active in their own community. They don't go out and try and improve the lives of young people at all. But because I don't support a guy who's making oodles and oodles of millions of dollars to be a football coach, and he's doing a bad job at the football coaching aspect of it, somehow that makes me a sellout? Come on, man. Again, zero sum. Ryan Garcia, the same thing. Because trust me, I'm going to get a lot of comments on this video telling me that because I support the LDBC, that I'm some sort of troll. I'm not trolling, man. I don't even want to talk about this. My lane is NFL, NBA, college football, and basketball. That's all I do. However, I got to talk about this dude. I got to talk about this guy because they keep putting it on my desk, even though I want it to go away. And this is the only way to make it go away. So, having all that said, his lab results came back. Garcia's B sample came back and it had adverse findings for the banned substance Ostraine. According to multiple reports, this comes after Garcia reportedly failed VADA drug test and admitted ahead of the fight, VADA tested Garcia the day before and the day after the Haney fight. Garcia reacted to the news by saying, "I effing love steroids." He just said that. Wow. He just said that. Why is this even a debate? Why is this not? Look, a couple of things you can't do in combat sports. I don't care. Performance enhancers, steroids, things that make the muscle mass harder, and things that you cannot be on any kind of growth hormone or anything in combat sports. You will kill somebody. And how this is acceptable with people, I don't know. I have no idea. And even though they knew each other from the amateurs coming up, to me, it didn't seem like they had any bad blood. It was just, hey, look, I'm a better boxer than you. And if that's fine, that's fine. You can paint that picture. But at no time should anybody be taking steroids. You could hurt this person. You could really do some damage to this person long term. And boxing is one of those sports where even if you make it out, because Floyd is a rarity. Also, Floyd didn't take a lot of fights. Let's just be real. He didn't take Costa Zoo. He didn't fight Eric Morales or Marco Antonio Pereira. He stayed away from those guys. Those were hard fights in his perception. Like I say, I don't owe anybody any allegiances. I just call it right down the middle. That's just reality. I was there for most of that. But again, all of this stuff going back to you just shouldn't be doing that. And then him saying that he loves steroids. And I think even on the Tyson Fury telecast between him and Usyk, he said, well, if the A sample came back dirty, the B sample is going to come back dirty. He's not shying away from admitting any of this. So why is boxing slow to penalize Ryan Garcia? I just don't get it. There's no defending any of this. I don't even know how you could defend this with a straight face. It's just like, come on, man. Nobody's making anything up. It was just a weird promo leading up to the fight. When I seen the fight, and I order the fights because, like I said, I'm no longer on social media. But if you go look up some of my social media pages, you'll see the confirmations on the screen where I take screenshots and put them out there. I support my fighters. I support Devin Haney. Any fight Dev has, I go ahead and pay for it. Any fight that Errol Spence has, I pay for it. Any fight Deontay Wilder has, I pay for it. I support those brothers. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't support your fighters. If you like Canelo, fine. Buy his fights. Don't be a Canelo fan, never buy a fight and go steal, because you're stealing from him. Don't be a Ryan fan and never buy the fights and just go steal it and bootleg it. You're stealing from them. Support your fighters. I don't care who you like. It's not me to beat you down about who you like or who your people's choices are. I'm just looking at it as somebody who's like, well, wait a minute. This dude said he loves steroids. He tested dirty for steroids, not only in both samples. Then he said he took some sort of weird mythological hair follicle test. Nobody can corroborate if they were in the same room with him who administered the test. Where did that come from? It's madness. This is messy. The night of the fight, the guy came in. I looked at it. I said, whoa. This fight is at 140 pounds. That dude is clearly almost 160 pounds. It just looked like that. I'm like, well, wait a minute. If this dude is walking around at 160, why not stay at 160? Not the people, the day of the fight, people are like, oh, well, the night before the fight, they weighed in, it was 3 pounds. They tried everything to get him down to 3 pounds. Then there's video of him on an IV. That's illegal. None of this is above ground. Again, I just didn't want to do this. But again, I had to get it off my desk because they keep putting it on here. And then we just got to keep doing this round and round do-si-do thing. My God. And it's just like, if you say that, then you get a group of people, oh, Ryan Garcia, blah, 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 he's being framed. Who's framing him? And then you find out that Ryan Garcia's dad is calling Rachel Donaire, asking questions about Victor Conte. And Victor Conte hasn't worked with Vada in years. No bad blood. They just ended the work relationship. And Victor Conte was minding his own business. But it just had to be something up. Other than he cheated. And then you get guys out there like Deion Sanders talking about, yo God, man, stop that. Your pastor used to hang out with Puff Daddy. Your pastor at the Potter House was playing grab ass at a Puff Daddy party, allegedly. But it's weird. This whole Ryan Garcia thing is weird. Tank's got to fight. Nobody cares. Tank's getting ready to fight Frank Martin. Saturday, Deontay Wilder is going to fight Big Bang Zhang in Saudi Arabia, courtesy of His Excellency, Turki Al-Sheikh. It's more people qualified to talk about this than me. And like I said, I concede to 7-8 Sports, the General. Shout out to him. Go subscribe to his channel. Drew Titan, Stormy B Man, Black, a hamburger cheese. I don't even think he's doing boxing anymore. Every now and then, it's good to catch him, CC, and the General all on a telecast. And that's pretty cool. BFTV, Drew Titan, Cadillac Red, BSing on the Beltway. Blue Blood Sports TV. Subscribe to all of those channels. Hell, subscribe to Champside. Shout out to every last one of these guys. But again, I just didn't want to do this. They're the ones that's going to go in depth. I'm just telling you everything Ryan Garcia said and did and what's out there. The facts. These aren't alternative. There is no such thing as alternative facts. Those are lies. And you just got to see it for what it is. So, again, it is what it is. Ryan Garcia, him being a cheat, a drug cheat, he doesn't need to be in the sport of boxing, a combat sports, or anything. If you're almost on the levels of committing attempted murder, because you knowingly did this, it isn't like you say, oh, well, I didn't know what I was taking. No, you did that. And then also you were actually on an IV. That's disgusting. But that's our show. Thank you all for hanging with us.